Now it's time to transfer the skin back to the rest of the geometries. So I'm just gonna unhide all the other geometries. And also I'm just gonna unhide the pants. For the moment, I'm just gonna transfer to the pants and to the proxy pants. So we will see later the difference when we tweak the proxy pants. Okay, so I'm just gonna select everything now after unhide. Last selection, it's gonna be my body setup, and under the mGear menu, skinning, we're gonna go to copy skin. And of course, this one already has some skinning, so first I need to unbind. So just go here and unbind everything. Now I'm gonna repeat the action, just mGear, skinning, copy skin. Okay, now it's copying correctly. And we have the skinning transfer one more time back to the final geometries. So we can see here. We can see here on the pants that, for instance, the belt, it's getting a little deformation here. We check this area. You see this is being pushed here. I would like to keep this a bit more straight. And to do that, we are gonna use the proxy pants, because here it's gonna be much easier to keep this area straighter. And also, because I want to transfer here properly, I don't want this edge loop here or a polygon loop here affects this area. I want to keep this also more straight. So I'm gonna divide one more time this in two elements and do the skinning transferring back and forward between some different geometries. But this is gonna be later on this video. For the moment, I'm just gonna check the rest that it's been transferred correctly. And here, for instance, we can see now this is affecting the shirt and the arm, that it's what we want. And same here, checking that it's affecting there, so that's good. And later we will correct this with a corrective plane shape. We will do it also on the pants geometry, the proxy one, and then transfer back to this one. So we will do 2 times the transferring. The first one is just to check the skinning, and the second one we will transfer also the plane shapes. And here for the shoes, okay, I think for the moment maybe we need to polish a little bit here. I would like to keep this higher. We can choose here. Maybe we will try to do with the skinning, and we will finish with the plane shape. Sometimes it's better to check and don't take the decision like say, okay, I want to finish this only with the skinning. To be honest, sometimes it's hard to know what is the best solution. You need to try and experiment a little bit and see how far can you get with the skinning and how far can you get with the plane shapes. Obviously, skinning it's easier to do. So if you can get something very polished with the skinning, it's much better than if you need to do it later with the corrective plane shapes. So skinning is gonna give you more range of motion, like more range of articulation, because the plane shapes are kind of designed to work in a specific position. So maybe if you want to change later to another position that you didn't expect at the beginning, maybe it's not gonna work as good. Okay, so the transfer it's good. Now let's do this part on the geometry of the pants. So I'm just gonna come here and just hide my pants. I'm just gonna hide my belt and just focus on this area here. So I'm just gonna open ngSkin tools and initialize this part here. So first thing, it's again, we use the layers as a backup. So duplicated selected layer. And here, if we check the spine and check paint, probably the gonna be, okay, this one, the 0, you can see it's here. So I'm just gonna select again all the points on the upper part, this one and this one. So we have two, paint and replace 100% here, like this. So now that we have this like that, if we articulate our leg, let me show you on the gray material. So we have this. So here probably we want to polish also the this area on the shirt, but let's say this area on the belt, it's more fixed to this lower part of the spine. That's what I was looking for. And probably maybe we want to polish also this area here. So I'm just gonna do the same for the shirt, and just select this round area here, and I can see that if I float like this. And now the next one, these two, I'm just gonna take this one for instance. Okay, doesn't want to select the loop, just around there, and I'm just gonna smooth a little bit. So this is gonna recover back the other part based on the other skin. And so now again, I'm just gonna check. It looks better for me. Still not very happy with the leg pulling back this area, so I'm just gonna now select everything like this. Check here my leg, and I guess it's gonna be the probably one of the blended ones. It's gonna be affecting there, so just replace this in 0. So float, and probably leg 0 also float. Okay, this one is the one that was affecting. So now it's not moving. Okay, perfect. So this is what we want. Now I just need to make the mirror. So in order to make the mirror, we need to use our script that we have here. First, creating the mapping template, because if we don't have this mapping influence association or mapping template, probably it's gonna fail. And here, blend support, we check shoulder. You see here, blend thumb. It's getting quite accurate. Let's see on the, okay, here it's failing. You see finger, it's going to finger blend, and that's not good. So select the pants, execute this, and now everything is manual and it's correctly. Okay, good. I'm just gonna do the same for the shirt. Select, execute this, and now I just can mirror with confidence that it's gonna mirror correctly. Just put the gray material. It's this one here. If you don't have the hotkey, is this shader over right here. Cool. So we have this area. This is how I want it. So now that I have this, I want to transfer to the other trousers or pants and this area here. But let's do one transfer like this. So I'm just gonna unbind one more time this and transfer from the proxy. Skin, copy skin, one more time. Okay, just hide this one. Look what is happening. So now this area, because this was really created on the edge position, it's more stable, but these elements here are stretching, and it's pretty ugly. That I don't want that. So what we can do is obviously we can just handmade paint, select these points and attach there, and probably at this point maybe it's easier, like if you select like this and come here and attach to this spine, it's gonna be easier. But for the example, I just want to do it differently. So what I'm gonna do is, one more time, I'm just gonna get my pants, I'm just gonna duplicate it one time, and now if I come to my with shift and right click, I have this marking menu, and here on separate, just click separate there, and now all these elements are separated objects, so I can transfer the skin in separately. That's good. That's one thing. And now for my proxy, I have it here. I want to create one specific proxy for the belt, or for the belt area. So I'm just going to duplicate this one, select these polygons, right click, invert selection, and delete half of the part. So this is going to be like my sub proxy, or I don't know, sub area of the proxy. So I'm just going to take again this proxy, select the other proxy, and on mGear skinning, copy skin. So now I have this with the skinning, but because it's 100% matching with the underlying, means that, let me clear out this a little bit. This is gonna be not deforming. So I guess at this point you see where I'm going now. So now I have this separated and these pants also separated. So what I want to do now is select these elements like this, select this proxy, and copy skin. And now for the trousers, I want to copy skin again from the original proxy pants. And so I'm just selecting this one that is here and this one. And again, just gonna, mGear, skinning, copy skin. By the way, I have my hot marking menu to do this very quickly. I'm not using it here, but I recommend you to do your own one, so it's much easier to access all the menus. Okay, so I have now my transfers. I'm just gonna hide again this one, my original pants, my belt proxy, and let's check out how it's looking now. So look at that now. Of course, we need to brush up around this area, but this it's working as we want now. So it's not deforming this area. And of course, if I didn't move the other ones, but should be correct. So that is the workflow that we are looking for. So we just need to create the proxy, reduce two areas, and copy with restrict areas, everything. So we're gonna get better transferring of the skinning. And last, we just need to select back all these elements, because one more time to transfer to our final pants, we need to have one source of the skinning. So we need to combine this back. And again, I'm just gonna use shift right click, and here under combine options, we have this combine skin, and that's very important. Just remember to check this one. So now I apply, and I have this combine element that also have the skin cluster here. So we have the poly unite, that is the combine operator, and then the skin cluster there. So that's what we want. So now I just can take again my original pants, and one more time, I'm just gonna unbind and copy from these recombine elements. So I'm just gonna go combine, skin, copy skin. Sometimes the geometry is already, sometimes it warnings, but it's correct. I don't know. Don't be scared if you see the warnings sometimes. Okay, so now you can see clearly it's not deforming the way that we have before. So I'm just gonna save at this point. And we have this part. So last thing we need to do is the belt itself. So the belt, if we use the pants, we will have the same issue because we have this part here that it's gonna stretch and so on. So we can use this, again, this proxy that is only the belt area. So I'm just gonna use this one. So I'm just select my belt. Last selection is the element with the skinning. And mGear skin, copy skin. Now as you can see, okay, here I forgot to clean up the skinning, sorry. Just one more time, skin, bind the skin, and proxy, gear skinning, copy skin. Now, yeah, should be good. So now it's not getting inside. So you can see the big difference between the copying from the original proxy pants and copy from this limited area of the belt. So that's the process, and it's the one I'm doing all the time. When it gets to a complex skinning, I just try to reduce everything to the simple part and then work this part and copy, transfer over and over. Obviously, I did more like loops here or more workarounds to explain all this workflow than I usually do. I usually go more straightforward for the final solution instead of putting all these examples. But this the end result is the same. So I just get here, copy everything, back, forward, and we get these kind of results where it's very clean, very stable deformation. And look, I didn't go to paint too much, I didn't go to edit too much by hand, and it's very fast, very efficient way to do it. Okay, so that's it. Last, just was thinking to edit a little bit here. So this one I'm just gonna come here, is foot left, and just okay, I'm just gonna brush a little bit there, but I'm not totally sure if it's gonna be a good solution, but I'm just gonna try. So I'm just gonna select some points to center my camera here, just hide the controls, and again create duplicate selected layer so I can experiment here without be too much worry if I'm breaking this. So I'm just gonna brush up a little. Around there. Okay, so it's not looking bad. It's a bit better. Let's see what happens when we go to the other direction. Okay, here is stretching because I didn't paint in the other area. So what I can do here, it's maybe use this selection like this, just reduce here. And I can use, like, for instance, a little relax. It's gonna be good. Again, here also same thing. I'm not very satisfied with this area, so okay, I'm just gonna select this loop and the next ones like this, and here I'm just gonna paint, and I'm just gonna get one more, and maybe like this. So I'm just trying to get something that I'm more happy with this. And yeah, maybe around here also. I want to select all these points on the, let's say this is the shocks or the lower part of the leg. Oops. Okay, I have it now. And again, just initialize this one. And paint, and again, here, this is the leg left. I'm just gonna get the end one, that is this one, and replace like this. I didn't make any layer backup here. And also I have my body set up there, so I'm just gonna be sure. Now I just, you see, I should have this body, I'm sorry, the layer backup. Okay, I'm just gonna paint there. Okay, of course, I'm just, okay. I was painting, making the float with a replace to 0, so that's a mistake from my side, sorry. You can see sometimes it's normal to make a little mistakes there and there. And now just add a little bit. Yeah, around there. Okay, now I'm more happy with this. Just a little brush there. We are almost there. And that's normal. It goes a bit out, but when we get the smooth, it should be better. Last, let's do the mirror again, so we get our favorite script at this moment. And just first run the script, mirror, run the script, mirror, that's it. Now that we are done, I'm just gonna save one more time, edit, and remember to clean up all the nodes. If we want to keep it, we can do it, but for this I'm just gonna clean up the scene for the next video. So I'm just gonna edit everything, delete all nodes, yes, and now, very important, we need to get rid of all the unneeded influences. So we want to keep this as clean as possible. So we just select all the objects again, under skin, edit influence, remove unused influence. It's gonna take a few seconds. And if we check here on the script editor, we will see that all these influences have been removed from each of the objects. So now it's much more cleaner, the skinning. Last but not least, I'm just gonna remove all the proxy, just this one and this one, and the proxy all deleted. So now we have a much cleaner scene. So I'm just gonna save this as a version. So we have the previous one that is not clean, and this one that is gonna be the clean version. Okay, so that's it for this video, and let's continue in the next one.